Kostaltyn here, and today I will be sharing with you what I consider to be the best start as Kostaltyn on legendary difficulty with very hard battles. In this guide I will be showing you how to get good relations with the Khorne Conclave and kill Throt and Azazel as early as possible. Turn 1, move Kostaltyn closer to the enemy army, embed the Patriarch into his army, activate an invocation. I usually go for Salyak. Begin constructing the Tallow Keepers Guild in Erengrad and attack the first enemy army. Now the first two battles you fight in this campaign will be the most difficult, so you need to be extremely cautious how you go about doing them. Use your skirmishers to whittle down the enemy army before they reach your range units, and use the Patriarch and Kostaltyn to have the enemy blob up around them, so you stop the enemy units from shooting, as well as making them easier to be shot. After winning the first battle, I would take the replenishment post-battle loot option, attack the settlement and fight the battle in the exact same way as the previous one, sack the settlement afterwards and then occupy it. Now you will want to recruit a Lord in Erengrad and Zhoshenk and start recruiting 2 Cossairs in each army. Swap the commandment in Erengrad to increase your local recruit capacity. Go to Diplomacy and sell Castle Alexandrinov to the Khorne Conclave for a defensive alliance and Fort Strakhov, as well as some income. Afterwards, you will sell them back for Strakhov for a bit more income, all to have good relations so you will be able to confederate them later on in the campaign, and so the Throt is a bit more predictable in what he does. As if you try to keep Fort Strakhov, he will go and do something else on the map. Start researching technologies, put in any skill points. I would recommend you get replenishment on the Patriarch and Salyak's Lullaby, and then end the turn. Over the end turn, Throt will attack and occupy Fort Strakhov. Turn 2, move the Lord from Erengrad close to the border between Zhoshenk and start recruiting 4 more Cossairs. Move Kostaltyn and the Lord you recruited at Zhoshenk towards Fort Strakhov. Join war against Throt with the Khorne Conclave. Sell Zhoshenk to the Brotherhood of the Bear for a defensive alliance and some money. And attack and occupy Fort Strakhov. Start recruiting more Cossairs with Kostaltyn, do diplomacy with any Kislev faction that you can, and end the turn. Turn 3, move Kostaltyn and the Lord towards Hell Pit. Just make sure Kostaltyn can attack it next turn. Start recruiting 2 more Cossairs with the Lord, and force march the Lord from Erengrad towards Hell Pit. And end the turn. Turn 4, attack Hell Pit with Kostaltyn and bring in the other 2 armies. Try and transfer the units from the force marching army into one that isn't in force march for a more favorable auto-resolve and just auto-resolve the battle. Swap the commandments in your provinces to provide you with public order and start building up Erengrad. Recruit 2 more Cossairs at Hell Pit, place an Ataman in Erengrad, and end the turn. Turn 5, move your armies towards Fort Strakhov, And now we basically play the waiting game for Azazel to come out of the Tower of Crack and attack Josheng, which we gave to the Brotherhood of the Bear. I would turn off taxes in Hell Pit just to lower the chances of a revolt happening, put something to research and end the turn. Turn 6, move your armies closer to Josheng, and you can place them in ambush stance and just end the turn. Turn 7 is usually when Azazel makes his move and starts moving towards Josheng to attack it, but in this campaign he decided to be a bit lazy and stay in the Tower of Crack for another turn, so I started recruiting 2 more Cossayers and end the turn. Over the end turn, Azazel finally started moving towards Josheng. So on turn 8, we sell Fort Strachov to the Druzhina Conclave for a military alliance. Move your armies into position to attack Azazel and declare war on him. Attack Azazel and fight the battle. Similar to those at the start, place your ranged units in a defensive position and use the skirmishers to draw in Azazel and the other fast units toward your firing line and get rid of them early. The battle after that should be fairly simple and straightforward. Just wait for the enemy to come to you and shoot them down. If Azazel occupied or gifted Josheng to his vassal, reclaim it, if not, confederate the Brotherhood of the Bear, run down any remnants of Azazel's army, start moving towards the Tower of Crack, and end the turn. Turn 9, attack the Tower of Crack, and you should be able to just auto-resolve the battle. Loot and occupy the settlement, and from here on out you can play the campaign however you wish. The Druzhina Conclave should be more than willing to confederate with you in a couple of turns, and the next major threat after you have dealt with the Noskins that were Azazel's vassals is going to be Throg. So I would suggest splitting up your forces accordingly and begin conquering them. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe for future content. Thank you all for watching, and until next time.
Khorne fights as one.